Hey Van Heist, welcome back to another week of art. So, this week we are going to be taking what we learned last week about street art and adding symbolism and messages and color to a public space like a city wall. Only this time, instead of working on the computer with our Seesaw drawing tools, we're going to be working with our at-home real drawing tools and some paper to create a miniature city street diorama. This is actually part one of this project. Next week we're going to be creating the artwork on our mini buildings. This is going to be pretty cool, so let's get started. Alright, so for part one of our city street diorama project, all we really need is a piece of paper, a pencil, and a scissors. So we're going to start this project off with a fold. And this fold is going to be, you can choose whether you want to go hot dog style or hamburger style. I think I'm going to do hot dog style here, but I'll show you what the hamburger style will look like as well. So I'm going to fold my paper, hot dog style, just like this, with a nice sharp crease. And then I'm going to take my scissors, and what we're going to do is we are going to be designing our building, the building on which we're going to be creating some street art. And by doing that, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make two cuts. If you want to make the lines, you can. I want both of my lines to be about the same size. So I'm going to use this little piece of cardboard here to trace. And both these lines are going to come maybe right about here on the paper. And again, this is the folded edge. We don't want to do this on the other edge. So I'll make one line here. Maybe one line right about here. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right along those lines. All right, this is what it looks like so far, just to give you an idea. I'm going to take the piece that I just cut on both sides of, and I'm actually going to flip it over and make it fold on this side like this. Then I'm going to flip it over and fold it the other way. Okay, now I'm going to put it back where it was when we started. Open up my paper, and this is the tricky part. I've got to pop this side out like this, and I want this crease to be reversed, just like so. Just like that. Now you can see I can close my whole paper. That portion is now disappeared because it's right in here. This is kind of like building a pop-up book. And there you go. You can see our building is already starting to take form. Now, before we get to drawing whatever our street art or mural is going to be on this surface, we got to make some details to make this look a little bit more like a city. So this is the wall of my building. This is the roof of my building. So I'm going to use my pencil to start with some details. The first thing I want to add is a sidewalk. I want people to be able to see my street art as they're walking by. So maybe I will start by sketching out a sidewalk, just like this. All right, there's my sidewalk. What kind of things do you think would be on either side of my building? Maybe some grass. I could make a playground. This could be an area for a picnic table. Maybe I'll make a picnic table. So I'll do a little rectangle like this and two legs coming down. Now, back here, we want to show that we're still in the city, so we can make sort of a cityscape. Maybe I'll do a cityscape of buildings. I know, a couple of years ago, some of you did a project where we made a Madison skyline, and we included buildings like the Capitol or the Monona Terrace. I'm going to make a city skyline, and I'm going to try to include some iconic Madison buildings. Remember, your buildings that you're drawing in the background are going to end right here. I can actually make a line right here because that is the back end of our building that we're going to make our street art on. All right, you can see my Madison City skyline in the background. We see some buildings with rectangular windows, circular windows. Here's the Capitol. You can tell it's the Capitol because of the dome, and it's the tallest building in Madison. There's a few other ones. I made one that was sort of dimensionally shaped. And this is actually the Monona Terrace. And right below the Monona Terrace is Lake Monona, so I made some waves right there. So the only thing that I haven't added details to is my building. Now, before I start adding my mural or my street art to it, I want to think about what kind of building is this? Is it a store? Is it a house? Is it a place where someone would take their car in to get fixed? On either side, there's actually an opening, so it almost makes me feel like I could take a little piece of paper. Let's pretend this is my car. Looks like I can drive right in there. So maybe it's like a car wash, actually. Either way, I think I'm going to put a little door right here because this is where people are going to go inside. If you want to add any details to the roof of your building, you could certainly do that. Maybe I'll add some lines here just to show that this is a grassy area. So this is actually where we're going to pause this lesson this week after you have your details and your drawing and it's all formed out. Next week, we're going to be going over these lines in Sharpie and we are going to be adding our very own street art murals. So, hope you enjoyed the video. I can't wait to see what you create for your three-dimensional building street art project. And we'll be seeing you at our next synchronous Zoom meeting. Thanks for watching.